Greetings, I'm Edmundo from Crawler Innovations. Today is something special, something different. We are back at Cam's Acre Drift Facility in Oklahoma, and I have the opportunity today to introduce another father and son team that are out here spending time together, families that stay together, play together. This is wonderful stuff, so we wanted to share with this. Obviously, this is an ongoing event, so you're going to hear a lot of background noise with cars going and whatnot. So if there's a problem, just bear with us. But any questions you have, put them in the comments below. But let me introduce to you James and Jade. And honestly, when we rolled in this morning, Bossman and I rolled in the excursion pool in the company trailer, and I saw the red Freightliner and the stacker. It was over for me, because it was like, man, that is a dream, dream tow rig and trailer setup, especially for drifting, whether it's drifting or drag racing, because or crawling, although the crawlers don't really work as well, because like we have full-size rock crawlers, and by the time you put in the exo cage and 1-ton axles and
so
the double track,
well,
it's not even the height so much as it is the weight. It's like you've got a 10 to 15,000 pound vehicle all of a sudden, because just the rims and tires, 42-inch tall tires and beadlocks, that's 1,000 pounds right there. When you're putting in all the steel cage and everything else, because you're not removing weight, you're putting stuff on, so it's a big difference. Because and what ends up happening too, we found, is like we're big into Toyotas, so we have several Toyotas, 85 Toyota 4Runner, and then we have another 85 Toyota, we call it a Truggy, because it's the 85 Toyota pickup extended cab, but the bed is gone, and then it has it still has the 4-cylinder 22RE, and it has stacked transfer cases. So there's 2 transfer cases, so you end up with like a 15-speed. And one of the levers is for the second transfer case is a 470 to 1. So it's almost like a tractor. You can put it in, get out, and just walk next to the car. But it's designed so to let the tires just slowly eat. If it's got traction, it's going. But that's a lot of weight, and it's a long setup to put in this. And so then if you're running Dana 60s, there's another 800 pounds, per axle. And so then, so I had to have an equipment trailer built to tow the rock crawlers around. And I don't really know that a stacker would hold up to them.
Collapse the lift.
So what year is your Freightliner?
So it's a 22 model.
22. How long have you owned it?
So I bought it new in 22.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many miles you got on it?
So honestly, not that many, about 30,000 on that.
Okay.
But it's all for racing, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
How far have you traveled?
So, well, my farthest drift is Canada. Last year I did a drift in Canada, and I was in 7 states last year. I'm competing in 4 states this year, so all over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually compete?
I do.
What series?
So I did Drift Buffet in Utah, so that's a really good one. We're about to finish up our last series.
Excuse me, is that the same track that they do Formula Drift?
It is. It's so fun. It's so fast.
It looks like it. This last one event that they had was like, man, I felt like they were sending it a lot more than they have in the past. Like they felt a lot more comfortable on the track, because especially on that long sweeper, there's so many of them were just right there to the point where if they didn't transition just right and back away, they couldn't make it.
It is fun. We run the same exact layout.
Nice.
And in fact, what's nice about Drift Buffet in Utah is the pros come up and run with us. So we had 23 drivers. I qualified 9th out of 23.
Congratulations.
5 pros in there, and I beat qualification 2 different pros in it. So 3 of them. But
isn't that a nice accomplishment? Well, and it's not to put pros down, but it's that they set the bar. If they're a pro, it's like you want to, it's the same whether RC drifting, RC rock crawling. You want to beat the best. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And it's respect on both sides. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And so that's why I love that series. And then there's Drift Colorado, which we get to run some really nice bank tracks there. So up on the wall.
How do you like that?
And I love it. I've hit the wall. That car out there is just being rebuilt from me hit the wall.
Okay.
And
do you find the car wants to creep up the embankment?
No, what happens is so it's a concrete wall.
Right.
And if you get in too tight and hit it, it slingshots your front end straight into the wall. So counter steers you right into the wall and you're done. You're toast.
Got it. Yeah, that's a hard ass hit.
So do that. But Colorado's good. North Dakota Drift, it's a smaller track. It's a lot of fun. Really nice people there.
Nice.
And then I've competed actually on this track here in Oklahoma, full lock.
Sweet.
So yeah.
How about you, Jade?
I don't compete. I come to learn and have fun and just have fun with this guy.
So are you the mechanic too? Do you help out?
I do what I can. I'm the gopher. Go for this, go for that.
Okay, okay. So do you do a lot of the maintenance then?
I do pretty much all the wrench turning on the cars, yeah.
Okay.
Everything.
Right on. What year's the trailer?
So the trailer is probably, well, no, it's actually, I just bought this trailer. It's a 24 model.
Okay.
I had another one, but long story, got totaled out in a fire. So, but yeah, this one's a 24 model.
So were you involved in other motorsports before this?
We did some when he was really young in diapers. We used to run Glamis. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Glamis and Sandrails. So we did that when he was really young.
What kind of engines were in the Sandrails back then?
Corvairs, believe it or not.
Really?
I love the Corvair motor. It was nostalgia all the way.
Wow.
I had it.
It's a flat 4, right?
It is. And
it's air cooled as well, correct?
100% air cooled.
Okay.
But I had it fuel injected, ported. That thing was putting out 400 horse out of a little Corvair.
Holy cow. So what liter was that? Like,
so
if you could guess, I mean, I know.
So from probably about 97 through 2000, 2005, we were running there, right in that area.
Dang, right? Okay. It's moving some fuel.
Yeah, so we were having fun.
That's great. I've not heard that. I'm used to like how it's real popular now with Glamis, the turboed LSs
right
there.
Right.
And it's just ridiculous how much horsepower they're putting down.
They were just coming out when we were down there.
Okay.
They were neat. They were
That's
absolutely
neat. Wow. What kind of mods would you do to the Corvair? And like, where would you even find parts to modify the engine?
There's one salvage yard up north that buys every Corvair that comes up for sale, and they have the parts.
Okay.
And
so is there like a performance version in terms of the rods and the bearings and the crank, or what?
Aftermarket everything. Yeah,
okay.
you can find aftermarket parts.
Okay.
But it's harder now. As more time goes, no one does that with those anymore. And the LS are so cheap. There's so
right.
many out there, right?
Well, is that what's in your two cars here?
Yes, both of them are LS.
Okay, why don't we talk about that? So we have the Corvette behind us here.
Yeah, that one's a street car. It's my drift week car where we drive on the street and we run from different tracks and facilities.
Nice.
And it's only about 420 horse. It's not a big monster, but it's really dependable. You rode in it?
Yeah, I know. I'm
fun.
shocked. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. You drove it on. Did you go up and drift week together?
No, I didn't end up going with that one.
Okay.
But
There's always another one.
Videos and pictures. And
right on.
His mother had the right seat. So
nice.
I got kicked to the curb.
Very cool. Very cool. That's great. Oh man, that's so cool. What about the other car then?
So this one over here is it's a former pro car. I ran it for a full season in competition. My first season, I abused it and beat it. 500 tires on the back of that car in one season. So I just rebuilt it. Spent 8 months rebuilding it, and today's the first day we had it back out.
Okay.
And I'm having some issues, some steering issues, and brakes, and I relocated the steering to a front steering rack in a BMW rack, and I didn't do the linkage right, so locked up twice on me, and I said, nope, we'll get back.
Yeah,
it's dangerous.
That's true. Right? That's true. It sounds amazing.
It is. It's a beast.
It sounds amazing. So what would be the horsepower level in that roughly?
It's a Texas Speed 427.
Nice.
LSX block.
Okay.
But with the nitrous on it, I can run easy, comfortable 750 horsepower all the way up to 900.
Okay.
So,
does it blaze the tires?
It does.
So does it eat tires a lot more, or if you're easy on the throttle, is it Less or what?
Drifting, you're never easy on the throttle. You're in it. You're pinning it. So
Right.
everything we ran today, you saw us run today, were on what we call scrubs. They're all tires that we use in competition, pull it off for the next round, put new tires on. So that's what we're playing on. But no, I can get 2 laps in competition on a set of tires, and they're off the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other hobbies that you two are interested in or do?
That's about it.
I could see this is a lot.
lot
What
of
about
work.
the K truck?
So my friend, I've got a coach, pro coach that helps me a lot. A friend of mine, a guy named Cody Buchanan, just won the prospect in Utah. Actually,
Nice.
a couple
Congratulations
weeks ago.
to him.
Cody told me he saw what I was doing. He said, "James, get a K truck, check mine out." I saw it, and I said, "This makes perfect sense." So we just put the K truck together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the color.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's
it turned out awesome.
Yeah, it looks great. You got any other questions, boss?
What brought you into drifting as far as just general, I guess?
So interesting you asked on that. I was a pilot for 17 years. We had 14 different planes. The last 4 were jets. The wife is my co-pilot. And
Wow.
Yeah, she's my best friend in life.
That's awesome. How long
Gina,
have you been married?
31 years. Gina
Congrats.
James Entertainment, that's her. She's my #1 promoter and sponsor. She's an actor. She's actually in New York for 2 months shooting a movie right now.
Wow.
So I got Junior with me, and we're out playing.
Congratulations.
Right? So we sold our last jet, and she said, "Okay, you're going to buy another one?" I said, "No, I think I'm going to give it up. I think I'm done." We've flown all over, multiple countries. And I said, "No, I think I'm going to give it up." She said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I have no idea." So we were driving home from Dallas, and I saw out of the corner of my eye some cars on a track, smoking tires, and I just spun around. It was the first drift event I ever saw, and I had this big smile. And she said, "Oh, Lord, here we go."
Yes, I love it. That's great. What kind of flying did you do? Was it just like private coaches, or what was it?
Business, yeah. So we had to fly a lot for my business and fly all over the country. So it was
Okay.
that, and then of course you get to take your occasional, vacations in them. Too,
Yeah,
so,
yeah. But still, that's awesome.
Right.
That's cool. What did you learn to fly on?
So I started with a little Diamond 50. And
Okay.
they're just little, small, almost they're carbon fiber type of planes, really light, and planes are just kind of like boats.
Okay.
You get one, and you step up, and you step up, and you step up.
What age did you start?
Mom bought it for my first flight lesson for Father's Day. So I was probably 42.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 64.
Man, you look great.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
No, 64. I'm trying to become the oldest person to earn a Formula D license. So that's what we're doing. And
Oh, man.
if I can, I
positive
can.
intentions.
Absolutely.
All the positive
Let's do it.
intentions to you, man.
Yeah.
That is great. That's a great goal.
So we're having fun.
I look forward to you achieving it. That's cool. That's
Well,
going to be awesome. And if there's anything we could do to jump on that possibly helps support, get our name on the car, that'd be fun.
We'd like to have you.
That'd be
really
awesome.
Would.
That'd be really awesome. What about you? What other things are you interested in?
So mainly, I'm a big gamer.
Okay.
I play a lot of video games, mainly Counter-Strike.
Okay.
If you've ever heard of that.
I am. Are you on Twitch?
I stream here and there.
Okay.
But I mainly just compete, and I've been competing for the past about 3-4 years.
Okay. So are you entering tournaments and whatnot?
Yeah, I've traveled to about 4 different states, going to tournaments and competing with different teams. And
man, I wonder if we've watched you, because my son and I'm a big Twitch watcher.
Okay,
so,
nice.
Like Twitch and YouTube, I spend a lot of time on both, and my son's a gamer.
Okay.
And so even though I'm not necessarily a gamer, because it's just on, because my son's helped me with my company for many years now, and so we have 2 big screens in our main work area. And he'll just put on what's on, and I'll go in and watch, because I'm just like, it keeps you abreast in the culture and stuff. But the gaming stuff, and as well as Twitch and the streaming, is so relevant right now.
Oh yeah, it's getting bigger every day.
I encourage you, put yourself out there.
Yeah,
you never know where it's going to go, because each person, each one teach one. And there's going to be people that'll watch you, and they'll be learning from what you're doing, and you'll help them game. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hopefully learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
I make plenty of those.
Right on. Wow.
And don't let him short sell you here now. He's been ranked and for a long time up there
Okay,
in
there
the
you go.
numbers.
I kind of figured if he's traveling and he's that's why I'm like, I've probably seen you, or you know.
The tournaments I've gone to are really small, so pretty unlikely you've seen the tournaments.
But they're streaming the tournaments.
They're streaming the
That's
tournaments.
what it matters.
Yeah.
You know? It doesn't matter how many people are in the building.
I know.
You know, because there may be 100,000 people online, and you only got 300 people in the building.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't ever attention right now is so important.
Oh yeah.
And
absolutely.
it's some people abuse it. We thank you for your attention. We know how important it is, but it is, and when you can see that when they're online, it just feeds into it. It's like there's an electricity or an energy exchange that's happening at that moment. And
you feel the moment.
Right. It's
and you get so invested in it.
It's some type of I don't know if it's what it is, like if it's like the attention is currency, but in a different way. I don't quite get it yet.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah.
And that's the $1 million question.
Right on.
I think a lot of it is relatability, because if you look at someone like Queso, who's always got 40,000 viewers, he's obviously doesn't have $1 million production studio. He's just sitting in his personality, being relatable and sharing life and energy, as you said.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. They're just following the vibe. Any other questions, buddy?
Obviously, these two cars, which I'll put video on for, these ones are monsters. They're beauties at the same time. Do you have a dream build you have in mind, or are you just going to build these ones up and get them legendary status?
So I actually have a new pro car in my shop that I'm competing in this year. We didn't bring it. It's my dream build. But I already have it. And
Do you want to talk about it?
It is. Yeah, it's amazing. It's another Corvette.
Okay.
C6, and out in the drift world, there's a company called FDF, Race Shop. FDF, they make all these parts. Josiah Flakes.
Okay.
He's drifted in Drift Masters in Europe.
Nice.
And he's been in FD. He's a world-class drifter. Well, that car over there is his former pro car. So I contacted him and I said, I want to build a drift car, and I want you to build me a C6. He said, we got along real well. He says, I tell you what, I'm going to sell you my pro car, and you run this one for a year, and then if you're still hooked, we'll build you the C6. So that's why I ran that one, put 500 tires on the back of it. And then in the meantime, I said, let's do it. So I just took delivery of that car 2 months ago, and in Atlanta, drifted with T-Pain. T-Pain
Nice.
Invitational only.
Okay, yes. I watched that on Twitch.
Yeah. And so my monster car was there. I was in it.
Nice.
And I competed in Colorado with it. It was a real tight track. I was having troubles getting used to it. So I switched over to this one because I always bring it back up. And then, I'm about to head off to, got to finish up North Dakota, Utah. And I did Utah. That's the one I finished or qualified 9th out of 23 in that one. So C6, all carbon Kevlar, LSX motor over the top.
Now, do you notice a difference in how the two cars drive? I know you didn't really get a full test today because of you're still tuning on that one.
Right.
But one's the C6 because they're both different chassis.
They are. So
do you feel this is more rigid? That would probably be way more rigid.
This is more forgiving. It's weird the way it drives. In fact, Josiah asked me, wanted me to compare them. And I like the way these do because they're a natural race car. They have a real frame in them. They're not a unibody, real frame in them, and they were built to be on the track. So I think the C6 is a far superior for me, my personal driving. Now, there's a lot of guys, that will say, no, you got to stay with the S14s or, the BMWs, and there's some really great things out there. But I like the C6. Yeah.
Interesting. I like how you put it, though. That's a great explanation. Because I feel like it's noticeable on FD, watching the drivers that are in the Corvettes or the guys that have transitioned up to them. And I agree. It's like there's certain shops where they know the BMW platform, but they're still putting Chevy stuff. So it's kind of hard to really be brand loyal, so to speak, when these cars are really getting the best of whatever's available.
Well, you take James Dean, he's in the Mustang, and he's at the top of the top.
Oslo,
look at his car. I mean, those guys are who I look up to, and then you got Cody Buchanan, who's my mentor, just won the pro spec season this year, I'm confident he hadn't formally said anything, but I'll bet you he goes to full Formula Pro next year. But he's in a 350Z with ALS motor in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I got to ride in a couple of converted LS. There was an LS Miata out here.
Right.
It's like, oh, that was fun.
They're fun.
They are. They really are, and they sound so good. And both your vehicles sound amazing.
Right.
So awesome.
If you had to give advice to anyone chasing their dream, chasing their passion, what would you say to them?
Just do it, but make sure you don't lose the joy. You gotta love what you're doing. And my son and I, we were just talking about it on the drive down here. His pro gaming and my drifting. And if you get too hung up on trying to perfect it, you lose your joy. So if you can't go down there and do it and just love what you're doing, you need to step back and revisit why I started doing this anyway. It's anything in your career, in your marriage for sure, and definitely.
Yeah, you got any marriage advice after 31 years? Like, wow. As well as to be able to work as a team. That's even more special.
She's my best friend.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
How'd you two meet?
So a friend of a friend. She's amazing girl, and she's got more energy than I do. She's over the top.
Nice.
But no, what I was telling my son is on that is forgiveness. You gotta put, if you're married, you put yourself at sixth place at all times, and there's only two of you. And if they put themselves in sixth place, it's forgiveness. It's just love and forgiveness, and you can punch through those tough times. We've had them. Punch through them, and there's no one else I'd rather spend time with.
That's amazing. What a good woman. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Some women aren't committed to they say they committed to the cause, and then the tough times come and they out.
So when he's our youngest, and when he left the house, we said, what are we going to do with ourselves? And we started dating again and just kind of hanging out. And she was a model when I met her. And then 3 kids later, we got life gets in the way, adulting and raising kids. She homeschooled this one and his brother. So what are we going to do? And she said, I want to try acting and modeling again. And
awesome.
She's back out. She's been in 17 movies. And she's in New York right now filming for 2 months with his older brother, our other son.
Whoa, so he's involved in it too.
He went to New York Film Academy. And
wow,
we're having a ball.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's so awesome.
She's the best.
She is.
Gina James. That's her stage name, Gina James Entertainment. She's just amazing.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Do you have any shout outs you want to give? Anybody come to mind that you want to give flowers to?
My wife, Gina James, let me tell you what, she is it. There's not a better person in the world. And she's number one in my book.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and call it here, gentlemen. Thank you for your time today to share. Thank you for so much telling us about your race program, about your life, your business as well, your children. Appreciate it. It was a great time.
Thank you for having us. It's been an honor.
It's been an honor. Likewise. Thank you very much. All right. Double deuces. Sweet.